Everyone still alive out there? Everyone okay? Getting kind of crazy in the stock market. 10% drop. The worst since 1987 Black Monday. We're going to talk about that today and just give you some of my thoughts with the president's speech and what he talked about, what he's going to do, what I think you should do from a business perspective, and just give you my thoughts and insights on this. It's going to be a shorter show, not because I'm scared, not because I'm rushing out to buy toilet paper, but because I have reformed Jellicle tonight, and it was just crazy. I'm trying to close on my refinance by tomorrow. For some reason, there's always like these last-minute documents that get like, oh yeah, by the way, we had 3 weeks to tell you this, but we're telling you right now that you have these 2 documents you need to get to us by like the next hour. It's all such a hectic thing. So anyways, that's my day. People can worry about coronavirus. I'm going to worry about closing on my refinance. We are part of the Fight Laugh Feast Network. Go over to flfnetwork.com. Put an HTBT in the memo field. You'll get a sweet mug. You'll get discounts. I think you even get a free shirt right now, and you get tons of other great benefits. There's so much content. David is doing such a great job. You may know him as Chocolate Knox. Putting great content out there. You should check it out. You can email me, Matt, at howtobuildatent.com. You can find me on all the social media sites. And How to Build a Tent. Appreciate the comments, the subscriptions, the likes, all that stuff on the social media sites, especially YouTube. You guys have been killing it, giving me great comments, and just mentioning comments. Like, it seems repetitive over and over again, but every time you put a comment down, it really helps grow your page. And my page is slowly starting to grow. Nothing to brag about, nothing to talk about yet, but they're starting to see an upward trend, and it's because of you guys and your engagement there. So I really appreciate that a lot. Like I said, we just had a huge drop again today. And it's interesting because I need to put this on my fingers and remind me to talk about this at some point in the show. It's interesting because it came with the Fed saying that they're going to be pumping more money into the economy. They're going to be pumping more money in the economy. And we were talking about before how there's the payroll tax cut that is being considered and Trump is trying to push. We'll see if Congress buys into that or not, which would put money into the economy as well, because it's not taking it and putting it into the public space, into the government to do whatever they do with it. When you give money to institutions, when you give money to the private sector, it creates velocity, and it allows money to be used in a way where it generates wealth and it increases prosperity. When you give it to the government, it does the opposite of velocity. I don't know if there's an exact term for that except waste and abuse and theft, but that's what happens. And so it's just interesting that the stock market did crash today again, with the Fed saying they're going to put more money into the economy. And it just makes you want to ask the question, why is the Fed doing things at all? Now, you might argue, and this could have some credit to it, that putting money into the economy like they're going to do is not really about the stock market, but it's about stimulating the economy. And the economy is going to continue, or it's going to help the economy grow down the road. And there is some points to be made about that if you think that there should be intervention or not. Like I said, we're doing things that have been unprecedented by the president. We're banning travel for 30 days. Now, in his speech, he said that we were going to stop trade too, which I just sat back and like, oh man, this is really serious. They were going to stop all trade and travel from Europe to the United States. And when he said that, and it appears that they walked it back, that's what I've kind of heard. It doesn't mean trade anymore, that they're just talking about travel with people, which kind of makes sense because I think it takes a while for goods to get over to the United States and the virus would be dead by then, I think. Or you could just have it be held on the ship for a few days and just slow it down. I think that's probably a better approach. But there's really interesting just misinformation and I'm not saying misinformation like the social media misinformation, but we have the politicians freaking out. We have Donald Trump, which I think, and this is my just honest assessment about his speech last night. He wanted to do as much as he needed to do where he would not get blamed politically for not doing enough, regardless of when it happens and when it hits the United States and when it actually becomes like big news. that no one's going to be able to say, even the crazy media, that he should have done more. Even when they're trying to and they're looking foolish. There's that one political aisle article that Michael Foster shared where it had a month ago, Politico was complaining that Trump was doing too much banning Chinese travel while the Europeans didn't do it. And then this one is he's not doing enough this month. And he has them both put together. It's an amazing thing. But anyways, he's doing enough where if they do try to do that to him, everyone's going to be able to see the double standard and it's not going to be bought. Opposed to if he didn't do as much, they could always point out to, oh, you should have done X, Y, and Z instead. We'll see how that goes. But I think that was his approach. And you could kind of tell that he was thinking that way because he talked about how if he wouldn't have done what he did with China banning travel as soon as he did, we would be in the same spot right now as Italy is in Europe. But okay, so there's these mixed signals where we have the government doing these overreactions. And I'm not even just talking, I don't know if it's an overreaction or not, but they're doing these things that to me seems like an overreaction to what they're telling us, that it's under control, that it's as bad as the flu and all these things. But they're doing things like shutting down private events, like everything. Disneyland's getting shut down. You're getting emails from, everyone, that all the events, there's limiting to the amount of people that can assemble for the next month or so. And there's all these things happening. But then on the other hand, you have the doctors saying, oh, don't freak out. Don't everyone freak out. And so my gut feeling is that it's more the politicians overreacting, which is why I slipped and said that earlier when I didn't mean to. It's the politicians that are overreacting and not the other way around where the physicians are underreacting. Because from what I've understood, coronavirus is not new. It's a new strand of it from what I understand. And again, not a medical doctor. I'm not even going to pretend to go into that stuff if it's serious or not, whatever. But it's not like we don't understand viruses and what to do with them. And it was also funny. China is like, if everyone would just do what we did, it would be over by June. It'll be over by June. Now, I want to talk about that to close out the show. Before we do, I want to tell you about Kingsman Grooming Products. They're all over my face. It makes my beard smooth and soft. It actually makes my beard soft, my skin smooth, and it keeps me moisturized. They have tons of great products, beard oils and stuff. I absolutely love it. They have great quality products. I was using other stuff, and then I switched out to theirs, and it's just an incredible improvement. They're a Christian company, and you get 10% off when you use HTBT when you check out. So you get to support a Christian company, you get great quality products, and you get 10% off when you use HTBT. Go over to KingsmanGroomingPros.com, check it out, KingsmanGroomingPros.com. Put in HTBT and check out, get 10% off. It's a great gift. It's a great way to support Christian companies, and it's a great treat for yourself. Treat yourself. So China said that if we would just block, or if we would just isolate and contain the people like they did, then it would be over by June. Wait, this would be over in June if we were dictators and told people and they had to listen to us what to do. There's a problem with that. We live in a Western civilization where we don't have command-style economies like the Communist Party of China does. There's no way we can do what China does. And if we did do it, it'd be by June. That's 3 months away. That's 3 months away. So how long is it going to last, according to China, which knows the most about this? Right? And just because we don't understand it, they're not letting us know. They're not letting us go in there from what I understand still. So to June. So to me, that means we're going to be dealing with this for a long time, probably until the election. And if that is the case, I'm still staying out of the market myself personally. Now, there are great articles out there. There's some great articles out there that are saying the rich, and whenever they say like the rich aren't panicking or what are the rich doing with investment, those are articles you want to listen to. And one of them is like they're giving out stock tips and things like that. One of them was Delta Airlines, which has been historically great, or has been a pretty good company, not just because of their airlines, but we've talked about before. They're a credit card company. They have tons of revenue from credit cards, and they've lost 20% of their stock value since this happened. And there's no way that the company became 20% less just from this incident and from these canceled trips. So there's going to be great values out there. The question is, when do you want to get in? And if I'm thinking, again, my thought, and I'm not, if you want to do another strategy and whatever, again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I've been doing. I got out back when I told you guys about it. I told you I got out. I think that was a couple weeks ago. It was when we were right around that there was this virus spreading in China, and around those times, got out, kicked myself because I did do some short options that I wanted to do, and just, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Got out, and I'm waiting until the news kind of flows through the United States and hits there. It's not there yet. I'm waiting for whatever is happening in Italy to happen in the United States. And if China is saying that it's not going to be contained until June, if we did everything like they do, maybe I'm going to be sitting for a few months because it's going to be rocky. There might be days where it goes up. There might be days that it goes down. But I have a feeling that the overall trend is going to be down for a while with all of these things we're doing. I mean, the government, Trump is talking about stimulus packages with helping people that are getting laid off or unemployed because of the coronavirus. He said that the SBA, which you might want to look at if this qualifies for you, the SBA is going to be giving loans, low interest loans to small businesses that are impacted by the coronavirus. Now, I don't know what the criteria is for that. But I wouldn't just automatically dismiss and say you're not qualifying for it. I would go check it out. If you've been looking for an SBA loan, you might as well take advantage of it if you can. I mean, I'm not saying to do fraud, but if it fits the criteria, go check it out. You might get an interest if you get a low interest loan, which I'm talking to kind of businesses that have established revenue right now. I'm not talking about startups. Do not get a loan if you're just starting a business. If you're doing the 250, making 250, do not get a business loan right now. You need to be doing this on your own and at best giving equity away. Do not get burdened down with debt. Do not do it. Where was I with that? Okay, so just thinking about that is where I'm still holding out. I think it's going to be a while. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And there might be days where it goes up, but I'm not freaking out. I'm not trying to get to the very bottom. I'm just trying to get to where I think a bottom is closer. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to get close to the bottom and catch the ride up. And I think because of the situation is a virus-driven almost hysteria, that we can predict when the market is going to be relieved from the pressure when those headlines die down and the media starts to shift. Because the economy was doing really well. And it might be still doing really well. I don't think it's as bad as they're making it seem. So that's my thought. And the last thing I will end with, and then we'll call it a day, is if you haven't sold and you still have your stocks, just hold on, baby. Buy more when you feel the time's right. Do not sell. Do not sell right now. Do not sell one stock. Unless you absolutely need it, you're going to starve, you're going to lose your house, but do not sell. You're just got to hold on for the ride now. It's going to be okay. We're going to recover. This isn't fatal. If China is already reporting that they have recovered from this, or they're starting to get more recoveries than people sick, or however they said it, then it's going to be okay. It's just going to take some time, some patience. If you need to delete your app to not look at your stocks, do that. And just hold on if you have stocks, if you have stuff in the market. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be painful, but you can't sell right now. You are going to be selling and giving away so much value that you could recover if you just held on. So that's my parting words. Those are my thoughts. If you have any questions, you want me to talk about something specifically, you can email me, matt@howtobuildatent.com. Find me on all the social media sites, How to Build a Tent. Appreciate the comments, the likes, and the shares, guys. That really helps. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.